Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Super Mario Sunshine. It's time to do the Isle Delfino shine sprites, so yay, we get pointless shine sprites that don't contribute to the ending at all.
And yeah, here we are.
Okay, now this shine sprite might be useless for the ending. With that said, I always do it as soon as I possibly can. Like as soon as
because it drives you nuts seeing the thing covered in goop like that.
Yes, exactly.
You have OCD.
So you need to get up there. So you need to get up there, and then you need to spray the thing, and then you need the rocket to actually get the shine.
I think they expect you to get up there with the rocket anyway. Like, I don't think
it's
like
it's a little difficult to get under the arch with the rocket, though.
With that said, I know you can get this shine, like the one floating in the air. I know you can get it without the rocket. I forget how. It's something ridiculous that you have to do.
I mean, at that point, just get the rocket nozzle.
No, John, you don't understand. I have to do it in 0.5 presses.
I'm already falling asleep.
I like how you can get a shine sprite in the plaza, and they still feel the need to send you back to the spawn point in the plaza.
I'm just surprised that Mario...
So confident.
I'm just surprised that Mario Sunshine still felt the need to do this. Like, in the Galaxy games, resetting back to the beginning of the stage makes sense because the stages are effectively linear. And you usually can't get back to where you were after you do that. With something like this, though, the constant re-entering the levels was a pretty common complaint in Mario 64. And on top of that, Banjo-Kazooie, it was one of the common, things that people would say when comparing the two games, was that, in Banjo-Kazooie, you don't have to keep on entering and exiting the level over and over.
Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie felt like it was a deliberate improvement of the Mario 64 Collectathon formula. And in a world where we not only had Banjo, but also Banjo 2.
And a bunch of other collectathon platformers too, and most of them didn't do this.
It felt oddly regressive in terms of design,
I know this is not the point at all, and I'm sorry for kind of just derailing the conversation for a second. But you just saying Banjo 2 sounds fucking weird. And I know, and I'm saying that as someone who has not played either of those games.
Well, you should. They're very excellent games. But
listen, I still hold a grudge that they ended up calling Nuts and Bolts instead of calling it Banjo 3E, even though Banjo 3E is objectively a terrible name.
But isn't that the point, though? Like, isn't that the gag?
Yes, that is.
Because, like, the name stems from a rhyme from Gruntilda, right?
Well, so it's mostly just that, like, Banjo 2E is just a play on Kazooie, like, they rhyme.
Yeah.
And then the gag at the end is just like, just you wait till Banjo 3E, and it's just like, okay, they're keeping with the shtick, huh? I guess, if they didn't think that the Xbox market would go for that, I guess, which is, fair. It was a rough sell to assume that the Xbox market would go for a Banjo-Kazooie game, period, in 2008 or whenever the hell that game came out. But, that's a topic for this is such a cock tease. Don't they end up, like, putting the shine sprite into that tower after you clean the bell?
Yes.
For this? Or am I...
If I remember correctly, yes.
All right.
I think this is the one where you have to hover nozzle to the opening of the side. Or I might be thinking of another shine sprite, because honestly, it's been a while.
They do blend together after a while.
Yeah.
I love Isle Delfino. I think that Isle Delfino is the best design level in the game, by far.
And it's the hub world.
It is the hub world, but, like, imagine if we were talking a lot about how a lot of Mario Odyssey levels are much more compact. If you were to take out the, I'm gonna reset my progress every time I get a shine and boot me back to the starting plaza, like this feels an awful lot like a Mario Odyssey level, or I guess more accurately, Mario Odyssey levels feel a lot like Delfino Plaza. It's like it's dense, it's packed with secrets, it's full of life and character. It's satisfying to explore. There's no poison river in Mario Odyssey, obviously, but like, the actual like plaza itself, I think is expertly designed. I love it.
And I know that it's funny to think and say that the hub world is the best level in the game because it just immediately sets this present, well, it's all downhill from here, isn't it? I was like, no, not necessarily. But also, it's important that they went hard on the hub world design because this is the one spot you're revisiting the most.
Yeah. Not to mention, like, because if you compare hub worlds, I find Peach's castle in Mario 64 to be kind of lifeless, personally. I've never really...
I don't like the castle. Yeah.
I've never really cared for it.
The issue with the castle is like it's not badly designed in terms of gameplay, but it's like it's Peach's castle within the setting is supposed to be a pretty important place to the Mushroom Kingdom, but there's nobody there. It's empty. Like, and you can see, you don't even have to go very far to see what I mean, because Paper Mario on the same system also goes to Peach's castle, and it's in a town. You can talk to the Toads. Peach is there, and stuff goes south pretty early on in the game, so you don't get to spend much time there, but it does give you an idea of where the castle sits within the setting,
To be fair to 64, though, most of the inhabitants are kidnapped.
Yeah, it's more just that it's like there's like 5 people in the castle total, like 5 Toads, I think. And again, you get some brownie points when you're literally the first game in your genre, so there is that. But yeah, I mean, I'm just comparing the hub worlds for a moment. Odyssey doesn't actually have a main hub world, which somewhat separates it from the others. But like, if you compare it to like the Common Observatory from Galaxy, or the spaceship thing from Galaxy 2, those are very like utilitarian hub worlds where they're nice, they're pleasant.
But they're essentially set dressing for a level select menu.
Exactly, yes. Versus Peach's castle was an attempt to be like kind of a holistic world, and Delfino Plaza is doing that, but successfully.
Yes. Wow. Okay. I didn't realize that Super Mario Sunshine had done the stupid garbage destruction minigame first.
So the funny thing about this is the loading zone for this area is actually placed way above the village.
Oh yeah, it's so that they can do the optical illusion, because this room is not actually inside of the building that you see on ground floor.
Yeah. It's on a different plane by all way up in the sky.
I think that might be how you get the shine sprite above the tower. I think you might like clip out of that room and then fall
then you
to
like
it.
dive.
Yeah. I watched a video on this years ago and I don't remember the specifics of it.
Well, at least in this case, it's break all the boxes within a certain amount of time to win a prize, and not, you better clean up all this garbage, and if you don't do it in an arbitrarily short time, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
She did.
To be fair, Mario in Galaxy stopped having heart attacks as soon as he failed minigames. What's worse is that in universe, that robot, so mad that you did not clean the trash up in time, proceeds to knock more trash on the floor and say, "Do it again, asshole."
Well, better that than just dying, dude. Because after a point, you have to wonder, Mario, bro, what's your cholesterol like?
I mean, dude eats nothing but mushrooms. Can't be a healthy diet,
Does he just consume nothing but mushrooms? I mean, there was a point in time where I thought Mario was just the most stereotypical Italian you can possibly muster, that he bleeds fucking spaghetti.
Well, he does say he wants a potato, so I guess he assumes.
Well, I mean, there's canonical evidence within the games themselves that Mario at least eats cake. So
it's implied that he eats cake.
Yeah, we never see like if Mario was okay with like the cake in the first place.
Look, okay? Peach would not continue making cake if Mario did
Mario
not
could
eat
just be
it.
being polite. Yeah.
But maybe Mario's too polite. Maybe Mario's too polite to say I don't like the cake, but I don't want to break her feeling.
Dear
or her
Mario,
feelings.
please don't come to the
which-
castle. I just made another dog shit cake.
Baked a dog shit cake. Just completely fucked it up.
Oh no.
Hey, first try.
Oh, I remember spending like 10 minutes on this guy when I was playing as a kid, and I couldn't get him to aim me correctly.
Man.
I don't think I would have known that that's how you're supposed to get that shine sprite without the strategy guide growing up, but you know.
It is kind of a weird it is a weird shine to go for, yeah. Ugh.
I also don't think I would have known that spraying that window gets you a coin, but that's kind of one of those things that's just like a nice secret, as opposed to like, what the hell is this thinking?
It's like, how am I supposed to know that that's there? Becomes a significantly less important question when the thing that's there is not actually all that important.
Yeah, that's why, you know, when it's like, oh wow, there's a ring box there, or oh wow, there's a one up there. It's like, ooh, that's a cool secret, versus, oh my god, why did you put that that star there? Nobody would ever find it. Is frustrating.
Are you just going to ignore the Pianta who's running around on fire?
He'll get fun. He'll be
There's a
fine.
beach literally right next to him. He can just dunk himself in the water if he wanted to.
That is a good point that they never established. It's just like, he could just run into the water, but, you know.
Just makes me think that they get off on it. Okay, who am I to get in the way of their fire fetish?
But wait, hold on, John. You said you hate the Piantas, though, so wouldn't you want to stop their fire fetish as an act
I'd
of
rather
revenge?
no, because they're still on fire.
Yeah, but if they
It's
like
not. It's
it,
not my fault. It's not my fault that their fetish is fucking stupid. You want to set yourself on fire? You go right ahead.
Ah, right. I forgot that you can actually go back to the airstrip.
In fact, actually, I'm gonna fill flow with gasoline and be right back.
Oh, poor John. He's gonna spend $30 on that gasoline.
Actually, what were gas prices like in 2002?
Much better
Oh
than
my
they are
god!
now.
Don't make me look it up. I'm gonna be so sad. Okay. I'm
I
doing
will
it.
look it up.
Hold on.
Okay, you do it. You do it. You
Hold
do
on.
it.
When we were doing the Resident Evil 2 playthrough, we got to see those 90s gas prices in the background, and it was just like,
Oh my god! Looking
my
at the
s-
graph is fucking disgusting. The average price of gas was $1.10 per gallon in 2002. Oh my god! There's a chart here where it's like gas prices fluctuate between $1 and $1.50, up from like the 80s up to 2005, and then it just shoots up through the moon. Jeez. Oh god.
I consider it a good week when the gas prices in my area dip beneath $3.
Your gas price dips beneath $3. It's like the cheapest gas I can find here is $3.69.
For some reason, the gas in my general area is a bit cheaper than the other New Jersey areas that I drive through doing deliveries.
I mean, I wouldn't complain, but yeah, no, I'm extremely jealous.
I think it might be that like I maybe live closer to where the gas ships in, so the shipping cost is a bit lower. I
don't know what the logic is a lot of the time, because
I like how you somehow missed the one coin that mattered in that line. You got all the other coins in that line, but not the red one.
Well, I do need the other coins too, so because there's a kind of a cheap trick you can do with this airstrip here. So what happens is when you get the shine sprite here, you get booted back to Delfino Plaza, but you keep the coin count you had from the airstrip because it counts as Delfino Plaza. So you can get like 98 coins here, go back to Delfino Plaza, and then just get the 2 coins you need for the 100 coins in Delfino Plaza.
Ah, I see.
So what happens if you get 100 coins here?
I have no idea.
I think that
Well, then the 100 coin shine would spawn here, and you would have to choose between getting the 100 coin shine now and getting the
Red coins again.
Yeah. So it's like
Well, it looks like that's what you have in mind.
because like you can only pick up one shine.
Yeah, it's true. You're right.
And then you get booted back to the plaza. but you can get almost 100 coins and keep those coins.
Yep, 99.
My right hand will be was shaking compulsively. It's just like I gotta make it 100.
So yeah, this is actually a pretty good trick to know to get the 100 coin shine in Delfino Plaza easily.
I mean, the Delfino Plaza 100 coin shine not doing that trick is honestly one of the easier ones compared to many of the other levels. Because there's lots of coins in the underground, if you in like the little sewers, and there's coins sitting around. It's not too hard to get because some of them are just miserable trying to get the 100 coin shine.
Oh, adding insult to injury when you get the 100 coin shine here. It's in this place where you can't even frickin' reach it unless you have the rocket.
I believe you can get it by riding the stupid poison river boat.
Yes, you can.
Oh, wonderful! That's
Yeah,
so much
it's
better.
so much better. Yeah, exactly.
Nice of them to teleport us back to shore.
Yeah, I mean, how could we ever have gotten back the 30 feet from where we were previously?
What I wouldn't give for a mark and recall spell.
This is another thing that I'm glad that 3D platformers have kind of moved to, is like having warps. In
seriously.
worlds. This was something about Ukulele that I didn't get, and that Yuka Replayly, talking about stupid names for rare video games.
Technically the first game announced for Switch too.
Technically it was, you are right. So Banjo-Tooie has warp points, which is a godsend, and I love them. But the thing about it is that Ukulele, despite having levels of a roughly equivalent size, does not have warp points. And I don't get it. Why not? So I'm just glad that most modern 3D platformers have those.
Dude, imagine you're a pilot for an airplane. And you're just trying to get to the Bahamas. And then this fucking obstacle course just appears out of nowhere.
Well, I think I'd probably assume I'd gone insane in that situation.
I must be seeing things. And then he rams right into it.
Mad old Uncle Sheogorath at it again.
What do you guys think about the turbo nozzle?
Aside from the very
Because
few,
this is the
aside from the very few situations it's useful, like here, I just don't use it. There's no point.
Yeah, I rarely use it too. It's really underutilized, and not a lot of things are designed for it.
It would be one thing if you could stack all the nozzles after acquiring them so that you could combine maneuverability, because
no.
because the turbo nozzle is fun to use, but it's not super useful just on its own. You know, if you could transition from a turbo nozzle dash into a hover or into a rocket, then, you know, it might be useful. But because you can only have one nozzle at a time, it's basically a situational power-up like the power-ups in Super Mario 64. You know? Oh, you
almost did it twice.
I mean, you are right in that this is probably the most fun power-up to use in the game, I would say.
It's very fun. It makes you feel like Sonic the Hedgehog. The problem is that most of the things you need to be able to do during the game require the other two nozzles. So, yeah.
See, right, I just realized Turbo Nozzle does fucking beat Sonic's boost by a couple years.
I mean,
Mario did it first.
With the Turbo Nozzle, you run about as fast as, like, Sonic Adventure Sonic in a normal run. Like, if you were just, like, running around in the adventure field in Sonic Adventure. I think they're, like, roughly an equivalent speed, I think. Or close enough, at the very least.
Hard to say off the top of my head.
Oh, watch out for those lurker sharks.
Not in this game, thankfully.
There's something over here? What?
Yeah.
This is how you know I've never actually tried to 100% this game before. Oh, wait, no, never mind. No, I know this one. Oh, fuck this level. This level sucks.
Mario lost his golf ball in the tall grass.
Just take the mulligan. The -2 score is worth it.
I thought it was
Wait, -2?
Sorry, +2. Yeah.
It's like, hold on, I gotta knock balls in the tall grass more often.
Well, no, you
This
could
shit's
just
way easier trying to get into a hole.
Well, if it was actually -2 on a mulligan, you could score infinite points just by declaring yourself to have infinite mulligans before you actually hit the ball into the hole.
No, there's gotta be a mulligan cap at that point, though, I had to realize.
Listen, if I know anything about how games work and how pedantic they could be, there wouldn't be a cap. It'd just be like, yep, you can keep doing that.
Can I just ask the obvious question? Why is a mulligan called a mulligan?
I don't know.
I will look it up.
Like, I know that the term mulligan comes from it being from golf. I don't know where the etymology of the word originally came from. Like, you got me there.
It sounds like someone's name.
Mulligan's Island?
Sure.
Here on Mulligan Isle.
Get back on the boat and try again. You crashed this one.
Is that the Magic the Gathering version of Duelist Kingdom?
So the origin for mulligan as a term in the game is actually unknown. But the earliest known use of the term goes all the way back to the 1930s.
Wow.
It was named after the most common explanation of the term's origin is that it was named after a golfer with the surname Mulligan. The main candidates being either David Mulligan or John A. Buddy Mulligan. However, no connection with these figures is recorded until several decades after the term entered common use.
You gotta love that when they don't bother to actually tell anyone why they're doing something, and we kind of have to just guesstimate it later.
Yeah, it's probably one of those things that just spread by word of mouth, because there's probably this guy named Mulligan who kept on redoing his shot over and over again, and then people were making fun of him, and then people started using the term unironically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe, because, you know, we live in an era, or at least I think of like when someone discovers tech in video games, right? It's named after the person who discovered it.
Yeah, no, that happens all the time. Like, that's a sports thing too. Like, people will name certain maneuvers after certain people all the time, or, you know, like,
the process of using the striker shotgun to move at 1 point times speed in Resident Evil 4 is called the Ditman glitch. Now, what the fuck does a Ditman mean? Nothing. It was just the name of the person that discovered it. So we call it
who
Ditman
willingly
glitch.
gave themselves the username Ditman?
But maybe it's either username or the surname, like Mulligan. Ditman Mulligan.
Ditman Mulligan, private eye.
Well, we got a lot of shine sprites done here at Isle Delfino, but we still have two of the worst ones to do in, I think, the next part. So see you all then.
Oh, God.
Oh, fun.